Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the South Node, Sextile, or Trine Saturn in a natal horoscope. As most of you know, the South Node is associated with what we generally will strongly emphasize and accentuate often in the first half of our lives, and generally what happens is we hit around age 30 and we divert to the North Node. Now, we don't necessarily eradicate the South Node energy completely, but merely integrating it, at least somewhat, with the North Node energy. Now, we look at Saturn, and that is connected with restriction, limitations, responsibility, can indicate organization, pragmatism, practicality. What we see is conventional and orthodox. It can be connected with the father as well, and authority. And also it's associated kind of like with the teacher and like the taskmaster. Anyway, to get started, the first thing is we'll look at these aspects. Obviously, it's auspicious, it's very positive. It shows that somebody can very well incorporate a lot of responsibility and discipline into whatever it is they may be, I guess you could say they're emphasizing their strong purpose, their focal point perhaps in that first part of their lives. It could indicate somebody that shows that puts pragmatism and practicality into that area as well. It could make the person well aware and cognizant of their limitations and restrictions, and therefore be able to emphasize and accentuate their good attributes and their qualities in applying that. Or I should say, I guess we can look at it, you could say the good qualities as far as working with their South Node energy and knowing what they can actually, what they can do and what's best suited for them in terms of, I guess you could say, as far as the hard work, which is associated with Saturn. And I guess we could look at kind of like that mission in that first half of the person's life, so to speak, or what they emphasize. Indicates very responsible, disciplined manner. These people can often be very organized, systematic, methodical. They could work on, even if they encounter any setbacks. This is often a person that can persevere and be resilient and still continue, I guess you could say, to learn, because Saturn is about lessons. So we look at Saturn. If someone has a setback in whatever task it is they may be trying to do or to accomplish, they could usually rectify whatever it is what made the mistake the first time, and therefore not make it again and move forward, rather than lamenting and not, or giving up on the situation. So that's some things that are important with these aspects. They might be working toward a goal or some aspiration or aspirations in a very serious manner, and being very stern in the process, and just can be very diligent as well in doing so. This could be a person that has very good, you could say, their work ethic could be very strong, incorporated into whatever it is that they're emphasizing early on in life. We take some example. If somebody has, say, Saturn in the third house and it makes a sextile to the South Node in the fifth, this could be somebody that works hard in perhaps doing something where communication kind of meets creativity, and somebody that can work very hard in perhaps doing so. And maybe this could be like someone that would do very well working laboriously on some writing project, for example. Could indicate someone that's willing, that maybe writes at a very methodical rate and puts it into some kind of creative effort, which would be indicated by the South Node in the fifth. If somebody has, say, the sextile with Saturn in the second, and say they have the south node in the fourth house, this could be a person that can work, let's say, working on, I guess, to try to very methodical in terms of financial acumen and ability to make money, and perhaps doing so in perhaps a fourth house field or fourth house interest, such as maybe doing some work, maybe that's homebound, or home restoration, renovation, repair would be an example of this. So anyway, people, this is obviously this is something where these aspects are auspicious for basically the whole life, because if you have the sextile or trine between the south node and Saturn, you're going to also have a sextile or trine between your north node and Saturn. So obviously it's a win-win in both parts of the person's life, so to speak. And the one danger, of course, is to not become complacent or too relaxed or lackadaisical, as those are the negatives that are connected with these auspicious and positive aspects. There might be a proclivity or tendency to get a little bit relaxed and rest on your laurels. So it's always important to keep moving forward, and don't settle for what you just did yesterday. That work in life is often an ongoing thing, and we always try to strive. The best thing to do is to always strive for improvement. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the South Node sextile or trine Saturn in a natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the South Node in major adverse aspect to Saturn in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.